Hello beautiful souls and welcome to the December tarot reading for Aries signs. Please watch this from your tropical western ascendant of Aries, but you can also watch this from your Vedic sidereal ascendant for Aries, but please use your ascendant sign because we're going through all the houses and I think this will resonate most with you guys. So let's see, Aries, when it comes to your main energy, we've got the Mother. It also is the card number 1, so there might be new beginnings when it comes to being a mother or dealing with your mother. This is kind of like a restart, or you're being asked to step into your motherly role, whether you are a mother or not. If you are defining as a male person or have masculine energy, it can be that you are dealing with your mother or a person in your life who is very motherly. But it's also about nurturing yourself and nurturing others, because this is what the Mother stands for. It's like being a mother for yourself, nurturing your own body, your feelings, being very compassionate towards yourself and to others in your surroundings. That's the main energy for you in the month of December. When it comes to your first house, we've got the King of Swords energy. So there's a very logical, very truthful energy about you, being very authentic. The King energy is somebody who's very mature. This could be a person you're dealing with, but since this is in your first house, this most likely will be your energy throughout the month of December. This is somebody who speaks their truth, who is very authentic. So their thoughts, their words, their actions are in alignment, and I love this energy for you guys. So you could have Aquarius somewhere prominent in your chart as well, and this is this kind of authentic energy that you're stepping into, and you're approaching things from a very logical, truthful, authentic perspective, being very clear on what you want and standing your ground too. It's having clear boundaries and just being very clear about things, very honest about things, where you stand, where your boundaries are and what you want, and you are communicating in a very truthful way as well. Second house, we've got 7 of Cups. So there might be opportunities when it comes to enhancing your finances or restructuring something in your life that gives you a sense of stability. Second house is family. Second house is financial assets. It's also where you find stability. It's your values. So there are opportunities. There are options for you. There is some sort of restructuring is what I'm getting when it comes to finances, or something that gives you stability when it comes to your resources. Also food and your nutrition is seen from that space. So maybe you are doing something different in terms of how you nourish yourself, because we also have the Mother, or you're kind of dealing with financial restructurations, but it's not like a restrictive or a negative thing. It's just kind of you're doing things differently. You're having options. You're thinking about different possibilities of dealing with your finances in a different way. Maybe you're taking all your savings from the bank, given the times that we are in, and things, at least in Austria, banking systems not working from time to time these days and stuff like that. But that's just an example, you know, whatever this is for you. But it feels like you're doing things differently, or you're thinking about what you can do in terms of your resources to handle them differently. In the third house, which is your risks, your efforts, your communication, your willingness to learn and to communicate, we have the 9 of Cups. It feels like you are taking a risk in terms of going for something that you truly want. 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment, and it feels like you're being very open, very logical about what you want in the month of December, and you're communicating that in a very direct way, and you're going for it, because the third house is the house of communication, and with you being the King of Swords energy, it's like, I know what I want and I'm going for it, and I'm not afraid to say it, and you're taking action towards making a dream come true. Excuse me. Fourth house, we've got the King of Pentacles energy, Knight of Pentacles energy, and the Knight of Cups energy. This is also you moving forward towards a different home situation in the very physical. So for some of you, this could be restructuring something within your home, or doing things differently when it comes to your housing situation. Some of you could be moving, but it's more like planning and thinking about what you can do, maybe some renovating stuff. But for most of you, this can also represent the Mother, by the way. Fourth house is also the Mother. So if you're dealing with a mother, This is you taking good care of your mother. Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups is an energy of opening up your heart, being very compassionate towards somebody else, bringing a lot of love to your mother or to the situation you're dealing with at home. You know, 4th house is the home front, where you live, your family that you live with. And the Knight of Pentacles is somebody who moves forward steadily, slowly, who's taking good care of yourself, being grounded and taking small but very diligent steps forward. So you're showing up. It feels like you're showing up for your mother in a very compassionate way, or stepping into your motherly role at home. For some of you, you're nourishing yourself. 4th house, also on a not so physical level, is your inner wish fulfillment. What makes you feel like home? And it feels like a lot of you are putting some effort into wanting to feel better in your own shell, in your own body. So you might take time out to rethink, or I think that you have something planned when it comes to your nutrition, when it comes to your health, to your body, or to kind of, like I said, renovate your home, just to make you feel more at home in your 4 walls, but also in your body. So you're doing something that makes yourself feel better, or you could deal with your mother, because we have the mother here. With the Hierophant in the 5th house, you could be a teacher. You could be having to do with kids. You could be in childcare or something like that, or have kids at home, and you're stepping into this teacher role, but not only with kids. It feels like you're a teacher, you're a role model to others. It's like the King of Swords energy too, where you truthfully communicate what you have learned, what you have gained in terms of experience. I think there's a lot of knowledge that you have, also spiritual wisdom, especially in the 5th house. This is where a lot of old wisdom comes in, that you're tapping into. It feels like your crown chakra is opening and you're gaining a lot of wisdom, or having these kind of insights. And the 5th house is all about education. So being an educator for others, especially with the Hierophant, or you could be in a course where you learn something about spirituality, or kind of you're broadening your horizon in some sort. So you could be a teacher, or you could get educated, or you are in a course or learning something. And it can be life lessons as well that you are learning. So be open to that, whatever comes around, especially when it has to do with motherly energy. In the 6th house, we've got the 2 of Swords. So there is some sort of a need for you to look at certain things when it comes to your health. You could make a decision, especially when it has to do with the food and drinks that you take in on a daily basis. There is something that you do not want to see, or that you're avoiding, or that you should do differently. Because we have in the 2nd house of nourishment, we have these options. So be really careful with that, because there could be some trouble related to your digestion or to your health. I think that you will get to the bottom of it, because overall health is very stable with the King of Swords, and very truthful. So it might there might be some truths coming towards you that you are seeing that you should do differently when it comes to your health, when it comes to your routine. But also the 6th house is quarrels, it's everyday life, it's routine, it's work. So there is some decision that you need to make. Maybe you want to avoid a conflict, but you definitely have to stand in your truth, even if you kind of rub people the wrong way. But it's a matter of how you communicate. If you communicate very diplomatically but very authentically, you can still avoid some quarrels possibly, but you need to say something. And it feels like you're avoidant in that respect, because you feel like you don't want to upset others, but it's really important to stand in your truth here. In the 7th house, we have some sort of disillusionment. We've got the Tower coming down. 7th house is the people that you deal with one-on-one. It's like your mirror. This could be a spouse, this could be a love interest, but it's not for everybody, because not everybody has a partner. So this is somebody you're dealing with who is mirroring your image. So the other person, not groups of people, but somebody you're dealing with. And this can be a different person each time, but it's your, not opponent, I don't want to say opponent, it's the person opposite of you. So the mirror. 1st house is the self, 7th house is the other person, okay? Yeah, the Tower in the reverse is not a bad card to get, in my opinion, because it just reveals what's not working and things are coming to light. Seeing through a person, through their intentions. But I don't want to make this so negative, like somebody's out there to deceive you. I don't think that it is that way, but it feels like you just see that something is not working for you with a certain person anymore, and you are also asked to be very authentic and clear about that and put up more boundaries and say, your behavior hurts me, or this doesn't work for me anymore, and you are kind of just seeing things clearly here. And there might be some disruptions, but in the end, it's very important that you address it so that you can move forward from that, and you can do it in a very nourishing, motherly, compassionate way when you tell somebody about your boundaries, of course. We've got the 10 of Swords here, karmic lessons only upwards in the 8th house. This is very interesting because 8th house is your subconscious, it's inner transformation, it's the house of Scorpio, and we've got this snake here. It's like a Kundalini awakening. It feels like you have gone through a lot of karmic lessons here, Aries, and you know, being a cardinal sign, you have Pluto moving out of your sign, or not aspecting your sign anymore like it did the last 16 years. So it feels like you've been through the ring and now things are moving forward. Generally speaking, I have a very good feeling about you guys. It feels like you're restructuring yourselves. You're more like giving back responsibilities and putting up clearer boundaries, being more authentic, more in your truth. And by that, you're very nurturing towards yourself and also to others. But I get this kind of self-care that you are stepping into in your next phase of your life, in the next few years, is what I'm getting. You're kind of taking a totally fresh approach to yourself, which is very healthy for you. We've got the Empress in the 9th house. This is luck, this is abundance, again, this motherly, nurturing energy. For some of you, your soul mission, your path could be nourishing others, could be being compassionate, in a sense of being like a motherly person to somebody else. So for some of you, your life purpose could be being a mother or grandparent, but also it's kind of being nourishing to others, cooking for others, everything that gives nourishment, everything that gives compassion and caring. And if it's just for yourself, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to do with others all the time, but your life purpose may encompass being very caring and focused on abundance in a sense, but in a very spiritual way. Not material abundance, but more like internal abundance, feeling good within your own shell, within your own home. And it feels like you are stepping into this purpose right now where you are taking much better care of yourself and maybe of other people as well. Again, a Knight energy here, Knight of Swords in the house of work, of career, of status. It feels like there is a lot of things moving forward for you in terms of career. It might be that you're not actually working, but it feels like you're having ideas, you're going for it. There could be swift movement for some of you looking for a job. There could be something incoming, but not everybody is in this position that they are looking for something new. Generally speaking, for most of you, this is though having ideas, going towards them, changing things up in how you work. Doesn't have to do that you have to be that you change your whole position of work, but it's more like thinking differently and thinking more effectively and changing up things so that you don't have to work so hard, nourishing yourself more. You're working smarter, not harder. This is kind of the energy that I'm getting. And for those of you looking for something new or to kind of increase your field of work, there is swift forward movement. So things could be moving forward very rapidly here, but it's a very good energy that you're stepping into. 11th house, 10 of Rings. There is stability when it comes to your income, when it comes to your social circle, your friends, your wish fulfillment. You're moving towards stability here. This is physical, material abundance. This is stability in friendships. This is a network circle who is supplying to you, who's looking out for you. I like this energy. So things are falling into your lap by just being yourself, being authentic, looking after yourself. And having the 10 of Rings in the 11th house is a really good sign that stability is coming in for you guys. So there could be support from friends, from the government, something of the sort. You are being supported. Stability is coming in for you big time. We have the 10 of Cups in the 12th house reversed. So what you need to do still though, even though everything looks good and moves forward in the right direction, it feels like emotionally there is still something that you need to change up here, because the 10 of Cups in the reverse for me is a sign that you're not fulfilled. And you should, for some of you, you could do some more spiritual practices or connect to your higher self in a better way. So this can be by meditation, by going out into nature, by doing some breath work. There are so many different things, manifestation exercises, just sitting, listening to good music, reading a good book, whatever that is for you. But try to feel more happy and rethink and restructure your routine in a way that gives you more pleasure in life and more fulfillment, because it feels like this is still something that you have to learn, or you have to let go of something that has happened to you that makes you feel still very unhappy and unfulfilled. And just know that everything that you need is coming from within, from yourself, and the way that you treat yourself will also be able to make you feel more fulfilled. And it feels like you're getting this awakening in the month of December here, Aries, that there is so much that you can tap into. It doesn't have to be that the outside is providing you with abundance and fulfillment, but that's more like an inside job, and it feels like you're doing the work and you're starting like a fresh approach here in the month of December towards that, towards more fulfillment and inner fulfillment. Love this reading for you guys. I think things are moving in the right direction if you're open to them. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.